Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Enuma, and today I'm back with day 7 of the 30-day challenge. So without wasting much of your time, this is gonna be actually a quick one. So the last video I did, I was talking about some of the healthy dietary changes that I've made over the years, and this is just a continuation of that video. I'll be giving you some extra bonus tips on what I'm currently doing right now, and what has been working for me over the years, and little changes that I'm currently making in my dietary habits. So yes, the first one I'm going to talk about is I've in the recent times I've been working on portion control. That is a big one for me. I love eating rice. I'm a Nigerian, as you know, and rice is one of our jollof rice is one of our main Nigerian dishes, and I love every kind of rice. It could be jollof, white rice, fried rice, name it. I'm always eating rice. I feel like at this point, if I'm not mistaken, I have an addiction to rice at this point, but it's something that I can't totally eradicate from my diet. I still love rice till tomorrow. So what I do is I'm learning to have little portions that I eat. So at the beginning of the week, I do a meal prep on my days off, and I just kind of stack up my foods in the fridge so that during the week, while I'm working in the morning, I can just grab a plate and keep it moving. So yes, and when I've noticed that, me having to meal prep for the week and pack my meals in little portions has helped me. I'm able to ration the quantity that I'm having to eat each day, and it just kind of helps me because I know that, okay, for the rest of the week I'm not jumping into the kitchen to cook any meal. Like, this is what I have to eat for the week, so I have to ration it in such a way that I have a certain portion that I eat each day, and it's able to last me to the end of the week, to my my next day off, when I'll be able to run to the grocery and come back and cook. So yes, portion control is big for me. Initially, it's kind of like a struggle because I'm struggling to get used to eating a certain portion and being full and not trying to go back for more. So now, me having to do that has helped me over time. Like, my system, my body is adjusting to the quantity of food that I eat. So even if I tend to try to, like, put a lot of portions on my plate, once my belly is full, I can push more to try to eat more food, despite how tasty or good the food is. So yes, portion control helps with dieting and helping you train your body and gauge the amount of food that you're having to ingest all the time. And second on my list here is intermittent fasting. Actually, intermittent fasting should have been the first, but intermittent fasting is something I've done over the years. I can't remember, it's been over 10 years now. I've always done intermittent fast. So because my mornings are usually very busy, either with school or work, I tend to skip breakfast, even though this is not an advice from, like, I'm not a dietitian or anything or nutritionist, but this is what I've done, that has worked for me, and I'm just giving you a healthy tip. It's something you can try and see if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. You don't have to incorporate everything that I'm saying on this video. But yeah, intermittent fasting has worked greatly, immensely for me. I've been able to skip breakfast for the longest, and I'm able to I can go from the moment I wake up till around like 1 p.m. Sometimes I can push it to 2 or 3 p.m. But within that times, I'm gonna have to break eventually, between the hours of 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 p.m. I have to eat. or if I'm not able, like if I'm at work and I'm not chance, don't get me wrong, I try to drink water. I have this little jar of water that I carry to work every day. And prior to that, it was a huge challenge for me to drink water. But because I normally put the water flavor thing I get from 5 calories that I get from Walmart, it's helped me a lot to drink more water. So even if I don't eat prior to me skipping breakfast, it's just hard for me to drink water because I tend to drink more water when I eat. But because I have this 5 calorie sweetener that I put in my water, it just gives it some flavor. I'm able to drink even without eating. So during the morning, even though I'm not eating, I'm still able to drink. And then eventually around 1 o'clock or 3 p.m. when I eventually break and have my meal for the day, I realized that at least by then I've drank a whole ton of a ton of water, and it's able to keep me going. I'm not as tired, and even if I'm not able to grab lunch at the time, maybe due to work schedules, I always have these healthy snacks that I pack each day with me. Either I have a yogurt, some peanuts, or just any type of nuts, mixed nuts, or I have apples. Apples are always my go-to fruits. I grab one apple each day. It's something that I try to stay consistent with, over time, and that has always worked for me. So even while I'm at work and I'm so busy, me just grabbing some nuts and some yogurt, mix it with my yogurt, it keeps me going until when I'm eventually able to take a lunch break and eat my meal. But yeah, that has worked for me. Intermittent fast is a huge one, and if it's something that I would encourage anybody, if you're trying to lose weight or just kind of maintaining your body weight, you should try that. And it doesn't have to be in the mornings. You can try. Some people start as early as 6 p.m. the previous day, and they just kind of count the hours till the following day, maybe 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next day. It just depends on what works for you and knowing your body system. Also, another thing that works for me is increasing protein in my diet. That's something that I'm currently working on. Like I told you, I love eating rice a lot, so nowadays I'm trying to, the same portion of rice that I have carbs, I try to have the same amount of protein. It could be meats, it could be eggs, just some kind of protein in my plate that just kind of helps me with the carbs that I have, to just kind of make sure that my diet is actually balanced. So me just incorporating more protein, proteinous diet. I love eating meats, fish, eggs, name it. And now I'm also finding more proteinous foods like black eyed peas that I can also add to my meals each day. And it doesn't have to be anything too too big or too fancy. Could just be you make some black eyed peas and you add to your plate of rice, and add some meat or fish, whatever your choice of protein is, and just have some protein every day that you're always having to eat or having your diet. It could also be milkshakes if you're the type of person who likes milkshakes. Has never been my thing, but I'm more of, I rather have the meal and cook it than having to drink it. But yeah, having a proteinous diet is also very crucial, to staying healthy and maintaining a good body weight. Another thing I did mention earlier was the snacks, having healthy snacks that I snack on. So instead of getting like cookies and all these pastries and pies and things that have more carbs and calories, I tend to go for the healthy ones, which are yogurts, mixed nuts, and healthy fruits like apple. Apple is usually my go-to. I grab one apple a day and I stick it in my my lunch pack, and I'm up and about. But yeah, those have helped me a lot. Another thing that I'm currently working on now, which has been a challenge, is avoiding eating late at night. That's been a huge struggle for me because, due to work schedules and, other busy schedule, I come back home. It's already like what, 8 p.m. sometimes, 8:15, 8:30. By the time I'm able to, freshen up and, grab dinner, it's already like almost 9 or 10 o'clock. And that has kind of been a routine for the longest. But now I'm trying to, learn to either I eat light, like drinking cereal, or nowadays what I'm doing is I just grab a pack of salad at Walmart, at the grocery store, and I just eat salad when I come back home. That way it's light, and if I'm having to eat late, I know it's just a salad, and I'm not eating a huge bowl. It's just the right amount of salad I eat, and I still feel very light. I don't feel so heavy or feeling like I just overate. So there's no guilty feelings regardless of the time that I eat it. But usually I'm trying my best now to make my dinner routine around 8 or 9 p.m. and I'm done for the night, and I don't eat anything again till the next day around 1 p.m. or 1 to 3 p.m. the next day. But yeah, that has always helped me a lot, and it's helping me right now to avoid eating really heavy meals at night, because I tend to I feel so tired, and then I sleep and I wake up, I'm still very tired and weak. But I noticed that when I eat light, I wake up and I feel more active and more energized. So that is something that is currently working for me, and you should give it a try as well. And last but not the least, is a bonus point. I'm trying to stay more active. So exercise and diet goes hand in hand. You don't want to, as you're working on your diet, you also want to work on other lifestyle changes, like exercise, moving your body, trying to stay active. That's something that I'm doing now currently. And during in a week, I could go to the gym maybe two or three times. Sometimes I'm not able to go to the gym up to 3 times. I go to the gym once, and maybe the other 2 days I'm doing a workout routine at the house. Or I go to the gym twice, and I do one day I do a workout routine at home. So it just depends. I kind of work around my schedule and do what works for me. But yeah, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you got something out of it. Happy to have you here. I hope to see you next time on the 30-day challenge. Have a great evening and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye bye.